Hello again, everybody. This is Rebecca, Stitchy Owl, and I said I was going to do a WIP parade, so that's what I'm going to do today. I know that I showed my current WIPs, things I've been working on in February in my last video, and so this is everything, I guess, that I haven't worked on in February, but things that I would like to stitch, at least some on this year. And that's basically all that this video is going to be about. So if you're not into WIP parades, you know, you might want to skip this video. There is one thing that I'm going to talk about first, though, that I am going to be doing this year, and it's thanks to Kitten Stitcher, Teresa Vanette. If you guys, I think most people have watched her by now, but if you for some reason have not watched her videos, she's the designer behind Shakespeare's Peddler, and she usually puts out a video either like on a Saturday or a Sunday every week, and she is hilarious. She's hilarious, and she's very kind and very positive and inspiring as well. So I just get a kick out of watching her. She's just so much fun. So anyway, she had an idea about getting like a little basket. I think she's using a basket. I'm using a box, but and she has little pieces of paper that she writes new starts, like ideas for new starts on. Like one will be like stitch something red, or a sampler that has birds in it, or I mean, I'm just using that as an example. And then she'll go in her stash and she'll find something related to what she pulls out. And I think that she's doing like one new start a month, I think. And I decided to kind of take that idea and run with it, but instead of looking, going kind of on a treasure hunt in my stash, I decided to make a list of all the samplers I'd like to, or all the designs that I would like to stitch on and start within the next, 12 or 18 months. And then I was on a mission to kit those up and put them all together. And I've got like this big box here that you can buy. I got mine at Dollar General, and I love this one. It says, "Remember this, that very little is needed to make a happy life." And so I have to smile every time I look at that, because it's true. And I think sometimes we tend to forget that. We get so caught up in the little stuff that, well, I say the little stuff, the petty things, that we forget, how good we have it, really. So anyway, so this big box is full with kits, and I've probably got, again, this much, that because kitting projects is expensive, so I'm gonna have to do it a little long, but I've probably got, I think I'm up to like number 18, so I have 18 kits that are ready to go. And so what I'm going to do is every month, at like the first or the second of every month, I'm going to pull a number out of this box. And like this is number 9, and I have them numbered, I should say that. And then I will find the correlating number in my kit box, and then that's the sampler or whatever. I have more than samplers in here, but that's the design that I start for that month. Also, I've decided that for every 2 finishes that I have, and it doesn't matter the size, but for every 2 finishes that I have, I get to just randomly start one. I pull a number out and start one if I would like to. So I'm just going to go through here really quickly and pick out some of the favorites that I'm kind of hoping that I draw the number. So this one is one that I've wanted to stitch for so long, and it's a part of the how do you say that? Exemplary collection from Plum Street. This is Emma Nettles. And I love that. And it kind of makes me giggle because it says on the bottom, the wages of sin is death. She was paid well. And then in over 1 right here next to this tree, it says, the one she loved most lies neath this head post. So it's, I don't know, it's just kind of macabre and, I don't know, kind of kooky, and I love it. And then his eyes on the sparrow. That's another one that I'd really like to start this year. So I'm not sure if I'm happy with the fabric that I picked, so that may have to change. Let's see if there's any other ones. Oh, this one, Sarah Moon. This is the bride. And this is one that I bought the kit, and I think it retailed for like $70. And I found it on sale on ABC Stitch Therapy, like, I don't know, it's been probably at least 5 or 6 years ago. And I got it for $50. And I said, yeah, sold. What's another one that oh, this one I just recently kitted up. It doesn't have a number on it yet. But I'm thinking if I get one of the random starts, I keep, you know, I noticed that in my last video, I do the rabbit ears a lot. But if I get to start one, you know, randomly, because I've had 2 finishes, I'm thinking this might be it. It's The Garden Party by Nora Corbett. And I couldn't really find any fabric that in my stash that kind of looked like nighttime. So I just dyed my own. And let's see, this was blue. The base color is blue. I don't remember what it was, but I added like some purple and some teal. Let's see. Of course, it would have been better if I filmed this in daylight, but I don't know. But it looks like nighttime to me anyway. So, and the colors look really great when you do like a floss toss. So, I'm really keen to start that one. Okay, so anyway, there's a bunch of them in here. And as I kit my projects up, the ones that are, you know, in my pile, they'll go in this box, and, you know, they'll get numbered, and, you know, I'll keep adding to it. So, yeah, let me just get this out of here. There we go. Also, I wanted to address my last video. I was recording that on my iPad, and I don't know what went wrong. The video quality was horrible, and I ended up having to upload it in like 320, or, you know, I don't know a lot about that stuff, but the video quality was horrible, and you couldn't even see like the definition of like some of the designs. And I looked, and when I went back and watched it, and some of the motifs on my samplers, they were just like big blobs of color. You couldn't see anything. So and I had recorded it in like portrait mode, so it was like really tiny on the screen. So you know, I'm kind of rusty at this. So today I'm recording on my son's iPhone, and I'm doing it in the landscape mode, and the video quality should be pretty good. So, you know, but something funny I wanted to mention is I happen to know, it's not that I'm obsessive about this kind of thing, but I happen to note how many followers I had before I uploaded my last video. And over the last 3 or 4 days, I've lost 5 subscribers. So I didn't make a video for over a year, and then I upload a video and I'm like losing people. So you know, I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's, you know, that's fine. But, you know, that was just that kind of made me giggle a little bit, because it's, you know, the idea is to go the other way, you know, to gain followers, not not lose them. So, but you know, for whatever reason, you know, I'm not sour grapes about it. I just, you know, happened to notice that. Anyway, let's get to the WIP parade. So yeah, let's see. All right, the first one, and I know this is, something else that I wanted to say is thank you for the kind comments that I received on my last video. It's very much appreciated. Tosh, the Star-Crossed Stitcher, she actually invited me to join the sale that she and her mother are doing on a 4 screw. So yay! And so yeah, I've had a few really nice comments, and I appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. This is, and I'm semi-organized, but I may have to do some reaching. This came out of a magazine, but let's see. It's called In Memory, and it's by Midsummer Night Designs. And it's not, I don't know. And let me read you the verse. When on my day the evening shadows fall, the evening shadows fall, I will go down to where the quiet river flows, into a sea from whence no man returns, and there embark for lands where life immortal grows. And then you put the person's name. It says, in loving memory. And then underneath at the bottom it says, say not in grief that she is no more, but live in thankfulness she was. And I'm going to get choked up a little bit. That's just very touching, because the closest person to me that I've lost was my maternal grandmother. I still have both my parents, thankfully, but I can imagine that it's very difficult to lose a parent. So, and one day I will be there, unfortunately. But that just, reading that always chokes me up a little bit. So anyway, I've started this. I'm not using the colors and the fibers that are called for. I just kind of went stash diving, and I'm stitching this with, it's all silks, but I just kind of tried to get close to the colors just from the picture. And this is 32 count tin roof, I believe. So not really sure whether I'm loving this already or not. But some of the things that I'm stitching this on, it's mostly Gloriana, but it's just kind of trial and error. But some of the ones that I really like are Raspberry Parfait. There's some dinky dyes in here too. Cranberry. There's some dinky dyes. And some MPIs. Let's see. But just, like I said, I just tried to get close with the, you know, from the pictures. But, and when I couldn't, you know, I kind of just improvised what I thought might look nice. So, yeah. And I'm stitching this for someone special to me who has lost both their parents. So I'm hoping he likes it. Okay, it's for Brian, and Brian is my partner. Okay, next. And I'm in the dining room and he's in the kitchen cooking. So if you see me smiling in that direction, it's because he said that he was going to make it a point to try to make me laugh and make me giggle. Okay, this one is, let me show you the picture of what it's supposed to look like. And I tried to get Brian, I tried to talk him into doing the husband, like the needlework quiz, you know, where you ask your, well, significant other to answer a series of cross-stitch questions and, you know, to kind of do a quiz show and see how many they could correct. He declined. So one of my boys said, ha ha ha, he said he doesn't want to run off any more of my subscribers. They would love you, babe. So one of my sons has said that he would do it. My son Adam, because he's kind of a ham anyway. So he said he would do it. Anyway, this is Sarah Chapel, 1831 by Shakespeare's Peddler. And I just love this. Look at that honeysuckle border. And that red house. I'm a sucker for red houses. So, and this one, let's see, which way is up? Okay, I've got it backwards. This one actually has a story behind it, this fabric. Okay, so that's what I started in the middle, which the middle is right here, like by this date. Well, actually, I think it's right here. And I'm trying to get down to the house because I want to stitch that house. So, well, I can't see what you're seeing. My word, I am rusty at this. And I'm stitching this 1/2, except for, I believe, the inside of these leaves. I'm doing 2/2 because I tried it 1/2 and the coverage was just awful. So I am in love with this fabric. The color of the fabric, it's just kind of like a gray, and it's just got the slightest hint of like purple. And I think it's very close. If you look at the chart, if you look at the reproduction and then you look at the fabric, it's very similar. The difference is that I bought this fabric from someone on like a stash unloading page. Don't remember which one, and it was sold as 36 count. Well, I started working with it and I actually found that it was 36 count one way and 40 count the other way, so it's an uneven weave. And that was the first time that I had ever worked with an uneven weave. And I'm not going to say, and I'm holding it upside down again, I'm not going to say that it's not pleasurable to work with, but you have to pay more attention. And I've got 3 kids and not a lot of alone time. And so this one doesn't get to see a lot of love because I have to pay more attention. But I would definitely like to work on this one this year, and maybe on some of my like the sampler Sundays, get this out and get some dedicated time on it. So the way that it is, I believe it's 40 count up and down, and then horizontally it's 36 count because it's gonna squash everything down. So I think the higher count is, you know, vertical. So that parrot right there, he's supposed to be a little bit taller than what he really is, but I don't mind. It was just an adjustment. So, you know, but love that sampler. And the other one from Shakespeare's Peddler that I'm really dying to get my hands on is Ragamuffin 2. And I have a search on eBay for it. I've contacted Jen from Jen Stitching Niche, but I haven't checked back to see if she's replied. I can't find that chart anywhere. So the first one I see for sale somewhere, I'm snatching that bad boy up. And so yeah, because I want to start that one. Oh, and Teresa, Shakespeare's Peddler, if you happen to watch this, and I may leave a comment on one of your videos, if you have the original or even the model that you have for Sarah Chapel, I would absolutely love it if you showed it in one of your videos, if that wouldn't be too big of an inconvenience. I would love to see it, because I bet it's just so gorgeous, because it looks gorgeous in the picture, and I can just imagine what it looks like, you know, in real life. So I would love you forever. This is another one that I started a long time ago. It's Miriam Brocklehurst from Scarlet Letter. And the thing that sold me on this one was the geometric band here. I think that is just, how beautiful is that? I don't know if that's focusing or not. So I also dyed this fabric by myself. I think it was just like a tan color. And I just over-dyed it with Rit Tan. So it's not, you know, I say I dyed it myself. There wasn't really much to it. But I just wanted it to be, you know, kind of buttery golden color. So I'm not quite halfway. I think, yeah, I'm probably like a third of the way. And this does have some specialty stitches on it. So, but this is a good one to work on, like when, this is another good one to work on if you have to, you know, if you have some time to kill that you don't have to really count very much. This is another one that I got, another needle minder, one of the agate slices I got from, that I bought from Abby. And I love it. Like I said in my last video, I usually have at least one on every project that I've got. They're just so neat. All right, moving right along. I'm gonna try to speed up a little bit because I can smell supper cooking and I am hungry. This one is a relatively new start. Let me try to keep this stuff together so that and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, okay, the reason I'm filming this even under, you know, it's not ideal lighting conditions is because I said in my last video, I don't have a dedicated like stitching room. I have a stitching area over there. But I had all of my WIPs and all of my stuff laid out on the dining room table. And I wasn't going to record that night that I made my last video, so, but I also wasn't going to put everything up just to drag it back out just a couple days later. So we have been eating, we have a big coffee table in our den, so for the last like 2 nights we've been eating dinner in there, and we're having chili and rice, and I'm not eating that in the living room because that's just, you know, with a 2-year-old, that is just a mess waiting to happen. So I need to do this tonight so I can put all my stuff up so we can eat in here. Anyway, I digress. So, Vintage Birds. This is another one that is Kindred Stitcher's fault. I mean, she enabled me. She stitched this. I think Felicity's, I want to say Felicity Stitches stitched this, but I might be lying. I don't know. I've seen several people stitch this. And it is, I love the colors. The colors are so me. My favorite color is teal. So I'm like in love with that peacock. But these are like the colors that are in my house. So this is like right up my alley. And once again, I did not buy the Gentle Art and Weeks flosses that this calls for. So I went stash diving. So mine is going to be, you know, unique. It's going to look a little differently than everybody else's. I'm using, like for the peacock, I'm going to do Desert Mystique and Camouflage. I've got hickory sticks in here, Shaker White from Simply Shaker, Freedom, and I've got this golden color in here from Victorian Motto Sampler Threads. The red, I'm going to do Bandana from Crescent Colors. And I don't know, these do not have a tag on them at all. I bought these hand-dyeds from eBay. And some of you, I know a lot of you shop on eBay. But it's this woman, and she hand-dyes her floss, and she uses natural dyeing agents. And I don't remember the eBay store that she has, but I like them. I've used them a little bit, and they're good quality, and they're very reasonably priced. So I would definitely purchase from her again. If I will look after dinner and everybody's in the bed, and before I upload the video, if I can find the store name, I'll link it down in the doobly-doo. I don't know where that, I'm going off on tangent, I'm sorry. Doobly-doo, the first time I heard that, actually, the description box was from the Vlog Brothers, the Green Brothers. I don't know if any of y'all are nerd fighters, but but that's, I don't know. So if I say doobly-doo, it's just the description box. So anyway, Milady's Teal, Plum Paisley. You guys get the idea, right? I'm just going to hold up all of these. So I just kind of went stash diving and said, you know, I'll just get as close as I can. And mine's just going to be a little bit different than everybody else's. So hopefully it's not going to be awful. So of course I started in the middle because I wanted to get to that peacock. So there you go, that's a sad little start. Let's see, we're running low on battery here. So if I get cut off, I guess I'm recording the rest of this after dinner. And this is a 36 count Picture This Plus earthen. And love me some Picture This Plus. Oh, wait. Forgot to put these in here. Lakeside Linens and Picture This Plus. Those are, if I splurge on linen, those are my two go-to dyers. Okay, another one. This one is not because of Kim. But I'm telling you, the Kindred Stitcher, Kim, she and I have such similar tastes. I want to stitch everything she shows, you know? Her and like Nicole's needlework, they're like probably my biggest enablers. Okay, this is Mary Rowe 1808. I saw this at half price at Needlecraft Corner, and I said yes please, and I love this. This one Nicole stitched, and it was just so beautiful. And I'm using the DMC conversion, and this is on, I'll have to look in my, this is the first time, y'all, that I am stitching on 40 count fabric. And I'm like half blind. I've worn glasses all my life. I'm half blind. So I have to use those little clip-on magnifiers to stitch on this, but I'm loving it. This is a 40 count Picture This plus Wren. And look at all those little stitches. I'm supposed to, in the next few weeks, I'm supposed to go get new glasses because it's been a long time since I've had my eyes checked and gotten new glasses. So hopefully... 13 years! Don't pay any attention to him. So, hopefully I'll have an easier time stitching on 40 count, because if I don't have to use the magnifiers, the clip-ons, then 40 count might be my new go-to count for samplers. I just love, it doesn't look like it's focusing at all. I don't know. Anyway, I just love those tiny little stitches. They are just, I love it. But, you know, it does strain my eyes even when I use those magnifiers. So I'm really hoping that going to the eye doctor and getting some new glasses is going to enable me to stitch more in 40 count, because I'm loving it. I can't do it for more than a few minutes at a time, so that one doesn't get a lot of work done on it. Okay. This next one is Scent of Old Roses by Mirabilia. And this was a solo from Silk Weaver. I believe it's 32 count. I don't have a lot done on that one. And I talked in my last video about what I think the problem is with Mirabilia, that I like to start them, but I don't work on them, so. And what the reason for that is, so I'm not going to go into it again. Let's see. This is one I'd like to finish this year. This is Le Maqueur de Justine. I know I butchered that name. But I love it. And I'll hold up what it's supposed to look like. And this is the corner. I think this is Lakeside Linen Vintage Light Exemplar, I think. It's 36 count. And that's another thing. There's another one. Love those agate needle minders. Okay. Are we done? Okay. Let's see if there's a picture of the whole thing. And it's a French, of course you guys can tell by the name that it's French, but it's a French reproduction sampler. And I think the little girl, Justine, I think she was only like maybe 9 years old when she stitched this. And sadly though, she passed away like 2 years later. Isn't that sad? So, but this is definitely one, I want to finish that one this year. And I know exactly where I'm going to hang it. I'm going to hang it over my bed in our bedroom. So, okay, this one is Guardian Angel by Mirabilia. And, well, I guess it would help if I showed y'all a picture. I've only got like 4 or 5 left to go, so. There we go. And so far, I've stitched the older girl's hair and just part of the wing. So, same thing again. I love to start them, but I think until I finish that dang mermaid, I've got the Mirabilia curse. So, this Monday, I'm going to work on that mermaid. And we're going to finish it up. Okay, this one I'm also stitching for Brian because he's kind of a history buff. Let me show you. This is gonna crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. What is the name of this thing? By the Sampler Company. Over the Hills. That's it. Here we go. It says, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. Virtutis fortuna comes. So, and I'm stitching this on 2/1 on 25 count even weave, and I'm just doing 10 stitches on that one, and that's probably gonna go either in the dining room, because the dining room, it's got kind of a, I don't know, like a, maybe not farmhouse, but it would fit in here. I mean, theme-wise, color-wise, theme-wise. Don't you think it's got kind of a colonial look to it? A little bit in here. A little bit.
You know that my passion is interior.
That's why I love you. Okay, 2 more of the, like, not minis. Okay, this is Heaven Gave Rain by Plum Street Samplers. And again, this was one that I went stash diving, and this is stitched on 32 count antique green, no, platinum. And for the gray and the dark gray and the lighter gray in the clouds, that was, I was playing around with dyeing some floss. So that's some floss that I dyed. Same thing with this one. That's just some floss that I dyed.
Okay.
I figured. I didn't hear any yelling or explicatives coming from that direction. So.
Bit my tongue.
Okay, and then this is what it's supposed to look like. Maybe I should show you guys the picture first, and then so you can see that this like tulip thing is flower. It's a flower, not a thing. It's yellow all the way through, and I'm just on mine, I'm just wanting to shake it up a little bit and make it a little bit more colorful. Are there any other changes that I made? Oh, yeah, I guess the clouds, I already talked about that. Her clouds are over dyed, but looks like it's all the same color. And then, you know, I did mine a little funky and did them like 2-color. I mean 2-tone. And this one should be doable to finish this year. I don't think I'll have any problems with that. Okay. We're getting there. Oh, there, I see another one hiding. This one, I don't actually have, I can't show you guys a picture because I don't have one of the finished design, but Ship's Manor, they did a Beautiful Sea Quaker stitch along, and I bought the hand-dyed fibers for that, and this is 30 count, I think, antique green. So I figured it was kind of like a sea color. And on this one, I didn't work on it, and I wasn't on the group, and he took the charts down. I think Eric is his name, from Ship's Manor, and lovely guy. You know, he's great. I'm not complaining. None of this is his fault, but I just wasn't checking in, and apparently the sale ended, and he took the charts down, and you know, I only had, I think, 1.5 of the parts printed out, and I contacted him, and he was such a sweet guy. He sent me, you know, he sent me the parts, the chart that I was missing. So now I'm able to finish it, because I'd have been kind of sad if, you know, if I hadn't been able to do that. And so wonderful guy. Go buy some stuff from him. He's, you know, he's really nice. Because he didn't have to do that. So I appreciate it. So I added some like blending filament when I did the fish. Because fish, you know, they have scales, and the scales are, you know, shiny. So I don't know if that's picking up from the camera. But anyway, so this one I'm probably going to hang in one of the kids' rooms if they want it when it's done. Because it's kind of fun. That's why I can't take you anywhere. Okay. Yeah. Thankful for that. Okay. This one was hiding. I didn't have this pulled out, and I really, you can hardly call this a start, but it's a Simple Sampler #1 by M Designs. And what attracted me to this was the glare, was the colors. And it says that this is a winter sampler. I don't, nothing jumps out as winter on this one to me, but I mean, that's not, I bought it. So that's all I have on this one. So, you know, if this one gets stitched on this year, okay. If not, then I'm okay with that too. And this one, I think I don't have the, no, I don't. It's somewhere else. This is from the Good Housewife. What's the name of this one? With My Needle. It's not ironed. Okay. So that's what I've got done on it so far. And I can't show you a picture. It's basically, it's this woman, and there's some swirls around her, and then all this top part is a verse, and it's stitched in all of these kind of drab colors that you wouldn't really think would be very exciting, but when you put them together, you know, they really work very well. I think my favorite part of her dress are these sleeves. I love it. And let me see. And it says flowers, plants, and fishes, beasts, birds, flies, bees, hills, dales, plains, pastures, skies, seas, rivers, trees. There's nothing near at hand or furthest sought, but with my needle may be shaped and wrought. I think this is also one that Nicole stitched, and this is a solo 32 count solo from Silk Weaver, and this is one that I would like to, if not finish, get significant progress on this year. And I think that's it. That's not too bad. Oh, nope, I lied. There are two more. It's Heartstring Samplery. I'm getting kind of jittery. I'm hungry. Handprint on My Heart. It says, you'll always be with me like a handprint on my heart. And I'm stitching this for my mom. And it's not really my colors. It's pink fabric, but I'm not stitching it for myself. I'm stitching it for my mother and what she would like. So this is like more her color palette. And then I added Mom on here. So kind of personalize it a little bit more. Whoop. So she's gonna get this either for Mother's Day or her birthday in July. It depends on when I get it finished and FFO'd. I think I'd like to do one of those cube finishes on that. So I'm not 100% sure if Vonna has a tutorial on that up on her blog or not, to do the cube, the foam, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about when I say cube finish. But that way she can just set it on her desk or, you know, windowsill or whatever and be reminded how much she's loved. Okay, this one is Moonlit Garden by Blackbird Designs. And I don't even know what this, I think this is 32 count willow green. And this one's pretty close to a finish. I need to do the stars, and then there's a few interior motifs that I need to finish. And here it does have a verse on the bottom: to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Now I have a tapestry hanging in my home that has that verse on it, and so I'm just going to omit that, and that way I can also be done stitching it sooner and I can call it a finish. But yeah, so, and I'm thinking maybe making that like a little cushion. I think it's small enough to make it like a cushion or like a little, oop, oh, there's my back. No back shaming. But there we go. I think it's, you could make like a little cushion or whatever to sit in a little basket or something for Thanksgiving or whatever. So I don't know that I'm gonna frame this one. And I think that's it. Woohoo! It's actually not that many WIPs. I thought I had a lot more WIPs than that. And I've kind of been dreading doing a WIP parade because I thought it would make me feel kind of bad because of all the WIPs I have, but it's not really all that bad. I mean, I think it's manageable for me. I know a lot of people have a lot less, and that's fine. A lot of people have more than I do, and that's fine too. It's whatever, you know, stress level you can handle. And I think this is all right. So, oh, I spoke too soon. There are some that are over here in bags that are UFOs, and they don't count as WIPs, so I think I'm good. But I'm not going to show these tonight. See, there's all of these guys. So these might have to wait for another video because I'm hungry and I want to be done. But yeah, I'll share those another time. Excuse me. Okay. So we're gonna leave it there, and I'm fixing to go eat some chili. Yeah, if you're still watching, thanks for sticking with me, hanging out with me, and probably at either at the very end of February, or in like maybe the first week of January, I'll do like a February wrap up, and then you know, my plans for March. We'll see. But I'll definitely be back soon, and till we see each other again, stitch all the things. And I hope that you're happy and healthy, and that y'all get some nice spring weather. Spring has arrived here in Alabama, and I'm so enjoying it. Tomorrow we're going to be going out. I'm a rose gardener. I love roses, and I collect them, specifically like David Austin roses. And so they're waking up, so we're going to go out there tomorrow and prune and feed them, and you know, so I'm going to get my hands dirty tomorrow, and I'm going to love it. So anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.